So if you ever find yourself not having a tapcon or just needing some kind of an anchor into a solid structure, here's a little trick. So we're back now for day 14. It's a nice morning, and we're gonna get the window well here all sealed up. We won't have a window in it by the end. I'm gonna hold off on that for right now. It doesn't need to go in yet, but we are gonna get it properly boarded up and sealed after we get the foundation repaired. So let's see what we're up against. So here is the well. I got it cleaned out in the base yesterday. So we got this brick sill at the bottom. We're going to remove that. So if we look closely here, we can see all that sand and mud that's built up in there. That's because water's definitely getting back there, and we have a little bit on the other side. So I'm going to have these bricks removed, and then I'm going to start cleaning up and prepping the concrete so we get a nice good bond against it. So we're ready to get started. I got a small chipper. We don't need a whole lot. So I'm going to start by busting out all these bricks and then all this excess mortar, and then we're going to start going around the edges. So we got the old sill out, and as we can see, it's really coming down. This is their original parge. Yeah, so all that blackness back there, that tells me it's actually been separated. So it really wasn't doing what it's supposed to be doing, and it's wet all the way along here. It's not supposed to be. So there's a number of reasons why that could have happened, including they might have used the wrong product. And back here we see a lot of sand coming in. So this was coming in through here, and it was able to travel all the way around on top of plugged drain. If the drain wasn't plugged in really substantial rains, it probably would have taken most of the water because it was allowed to travel in. And it seems we had an attempted fix on this. So this here, somebody just poured in some Quikrete or some kind of bag mix concrete, just a little bit to try and slope it away. That's really going to do absolutely nothing in a case like this. If you have drainage problems. So let's finish this up. all I'm going to be using for this process here, I have a drill with a small wire brush attachment on it. I like the smaller bit for this just because it is easier to get into all the little nooks and crannies, and little wire brush just to fine tune it a little bit, some of the hard to reach areas. Going to keep the chipper handy, little hammer to bump off the chipped concrete, air nozzle, and chop pack. So we've got the surface all cleaned up and prepped. So now, because we want nice crisp edges, and especially because it has to match the window that we're going to be ordering for there, I'm just going to pick dimensions that fit sort of a stock window that I could get at any hardware store. I'm probably not replacing all the windows in the house just yet. We don't know what the plans are down the road, and if we are planning an addition. It'd be nice to know that, because typically you want to get all your windows done at once. But for a basement window like this, it's not really that big of a deal, having something slightly different than the rest of the house. Anyway, so I've picked out a nominal measurement. So our rough opening is going to be 32¼ inches wide, and we're going to keep it to about 54 inches high. So that should give us enough rise off the base of the well, and enough of a build on the sides that we'll have something substantial to work with. So I'm going to start framing that up, and once it's framed up, we'll start mixing up some of this repair mortar, and we'll see how far we get today. So we got the outside framed in. The top is just for stability. We're not putting any mortar across here. So I have it wedged in. It's, first of all, very nice to avoid drilling into concrete. So this is very tight, very sturdy, and more than enough for what we're doing. And the other benefit is I can take this off very quickly without doing any damage, because we're going to want to remove all this framing in order to finish it up. So after we get our form nice and it sets up just a little bit, we're going to try and get in, well, it's still a little wet, although that's going to be difficult with this because it sets up very quick, but that's not a big deal if it does harden. Just to feather it into the existing concrete. So let's get the inside done. All right, so as I'm laying this out, I want to make sure that from here we have a downward slope. So I'm going to come over level on one side and just make a mark. That's level. Then from there, I'm just going to give it enough of a slope. If I go up 3/4, that's lots of slope from one side to the other. I'm going to take this line, level it straight across. I want to see how much coverage we need down to about this point. About 6 inches. Just temporary, but I'm going to screw something in a little more permanent here that's going to accommodate our temporary enclosure as well. And then the frame is just going to be wedged in with some 2x4s running from my more permanent board down here up to the rim joist. And we'll square it off from there. Let's get some lumber down here. So if you ever find yourself not having a tapcon or just needing some kind of an anchor into a solid structure, here's a little trick. So ran into a bit of technical difficulty. We lost power to the camera while filming, so unfortunately we missed getting the rest of the framing on the inside, but I'll give you a quick look at what we've done. So over here, we've got the inside frame all the way around. So we're now going to fill this in. We should be able to get some nice crisp edges on our new basement notch out. And once it's set up enough, these frames are going to get removed, and then we'll feather it into the existing structure, make it look a little more natural.